It's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? As long as this franchise has been around, for them to be so low in two of the three most important offensive categories: receiving yards, both in a season and a career, and the same thing with passers.
Well, Chicago's never been a passing football team. They've always been, who's your middle linebacker and who's your running back. That's basically Chicago Bear football. And, when I first got there, I was very disappointed with our offense. I mean, it was run, 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 throw on third and long. And it was no fun for me coming from a school where I got to throw it pretty much every down. And I used to argue with Mike Ditka all the time. I said, why can't we throw it to Walter out of the backfield? Get him away from all the bullshit. Give me some credit. I knew what I was doing. I understood defense. I knew how to read a defense. And if I saw blitz, I could, audible to a simple little halfback option route. And there's nobody in the league, linebacker wise, that could cover Walter. I said, give me credit. I can throw it 7 yards downfield to, once he beats the backer. And, but he was a little too stubborn. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. And so I had to deal with that for 7 years.
But you didn't, though. You changed plays and you did what you wanted to. How long did it take before you felt comfortable enough to do that and say, fuck him, I'm gonna change this up because this won't work against this front?
I did it my first start, my rookie year. I mean, we were playing Detroit. I still remember plain as day. I mean, it was third and long, and everybody knew third and long we're going to run a sweep with Walter. Sure enough, they had 9 guys on one side of the field waiting for the sweep. And I was struggling to call the play because, from Little League until I got to the pros, even numbers were to the right. But in Chicago, even numbers were to the left. And because Ditka had just come from Dallas, where Tom Landry's vision was from the defensive side of the ball. So his even was the other way around. And so I was surprised I even got it off before the 30-second clock because I couldn't figure out a number. I just wanted to run a simple off tackle play to my left side, because they only had 2 guys there. And so when I finally remembered, I said 34. And 34 wasn't even the game plan that week. Why? Who knows? But it was just a simple off-tackle play to Matsui, weak side. And it's a play you've run 1,000 times in training camp. So everybody knew the play. But I remember Noah Jackson was my left guard, and he looked up at me, and he says, 34? What the hell's 34? Because it wasn't in the plan that week, right? And I said, just Bootsy, I said, block the guy in front of you. And so I think it was 3rd and 7. I think we got 9 yards. And as we're coming back to the huddle, Bootsy says, hey, youngster, you got any more surprises for me? I said, yeah. I said, just keep your ears open. I said, I'm not running into that. I said, and then Walter this is the only time Walter talked to me on the field. He says, hey, man, I don't want to run through that either. Keep doing what you're doing. And so I guess they never changed plays before I got here. But it doesn't make any sense to run into 9 guys. I mean, it's just common sense to me.